of Bitcoin Analytica. This is your host, Joe Saz. And today we are going to be talking about the massive pump that we just had to buy our asses out of that nasty grind range where we were spending a lot of, way too much time, honestly. I'm very happy to see that we did this. Let's talk about the, potential outcomes here and see how safe this is. Getting to share screen now, and let's party. All right, so we all know what's happened. We spent a lot of time fiddling down here. It was too long. It was looking at the daily. We crashed on the Thursday, August 17th. We spent almost 2 weeks down here. It was ridiculous. And look, the lights started flipping on and off a bit for the 5 to 10 band. 2.5 was pretty good. And even interestingly enough, got a lot of gold mine, actually increasing gold mine as we started to run away. Very interested in this. But this is great. You guys, we pumped way the hell out of this mess. With our first set of signals at 27,533. And now a consistent set of sell dominance signals at 28,000 flat, basically. So over the course of 30 minutes earlier today, we managed to bust our way out of what was a very ugly market condition for us for the past couple weeks, basically kicking off our Bart Simpson full retrace pattern and hopefully setting us up for some more upside action. Now, the things to consider. We do have sell signals. How important are they? They are important. Every signal to me is important. My bias is still long. We had 5 to 10% bands lit up. We had 2.5 to 5 bands lit up. My bias is still long. So we do have short signals. Do I take the short with a grain of salt? Maybe. Now, what do I think of these short signals? Well, I say give it a few days. Right now, we just moved up so far so fast that no one can really wrap their head around what happened. Obviously, the grayscale SEC news is probably a thing, and we'll get to that. But the book has not had time to fill up yet. The book is still very illiquid. Some buyers have chased, but that's why we have signals. We get signals to the upside or the downside when you have a market price move too far too fast into seller or buyer territory without any of those individuals chasing the book and following the price up or down, right? In this case, up. So I say, look, this is where we were a few weeks ago. I think the buyer memory psychology is still pretty fresh. This is where we belong. This is actually the low end of where we belong. Probably 31K is more where we belong, 30K, something like that, right? So this is actually the low end of where we belong. I'm inclined to think that it won't be long for buyers to actually start stacking the book with some liquidity here, thus neutralizing these sell signals and giving us an opportunity to go sideways, grind this out, and pick up the rest of the pieces of the crash that happened leading into this, because this was about a 3-4 part crash. Let's look at the daily for a sec. I mean, we had 3 days of red, and who knows, maybe at least 2 dumps, probably single candle. Most of this is single candle type stuff. So, and on that note, we are dealing with so many single candle style moves, you guys. I mean, look at this. We went over $1,000 today, right? In one single candle move, reciprocating what was. This is the answer to another single candle move just weeks ago. Less than 2 weeks ago. So, and it's based on a news event, right? This to me is as manipulative as it gets, because look, not the $1,000 worth of price action is a lot. That's massive. It's absolutely insane considering the amount of sellers that we annihilated and everything that we had to do to climb up. This is not the result of every single person trading Bitcoin on planet Earth, every average Joe trading Bitcoin, hearing the news that grayscale SEC mumbo jumbo is going in favor of grayscale, and them thinking to themselves, I must run to my computer immediately and purchase Bitcoin and enter a long position. So look, you guys, this to me is we're dealing with a lot of whales right now, and they are absolutely manipulating the price. And they're just using these news articles as a way to really keep the focus off of whatever behaviors they're doing. So the point is still be very cautious. Be very cautious of what's going on. Realize that you are but a very, very tiny fish in a massive, massive ocean, and people are able to not only move price this far, this fast, but they're also able to create the narratives that will do this. So keep that in mind. Always remember. Okay, so I ranted for a sec. Where are we at now? We're dealing with some sell signals. I think we're gonna. I think the book's gonna fill in a little bit. I think things are gonna be okay. I did not take the short. I took this as an exit. I took this as I exited 50%, and I exited 50% of that 50% once I got up here. So I'm in now 25% of my position that I set up in the $26,000 zone. So I'm keeping a little bit of exposure there. Obviously, what good will that do? If we go a little higher, probably not much. But the point is, I do think there is higher to go. I think we just give it a couple days, if that, for buyers to chase the book and neutralize these signals as a result of buyers moving their limit orders from thinking that they were going to get the fill at 25,000 to now moving them up to 26 and 26 and a half and 27 and so forth. And then sellers thinking like, oh shit, bulls are on a tear. Let's pull some orders and give them the red carpet treatment. So I think that's what we're looking at. I think that's how things are going to play out. Give it a couple days. We had a massive move. Let's just give it a couple days. CME got filled in full. And to those of you who don't think much of CME gaps, I encourage you to think otherwise. They fill. I like what I see here. So we have a CME gap filled over the course of a couple weeks since it left off. We had another one just before that. So we're talking another CME gap at 28,990 to 29,130. Being that we're in the fill CME gaps type chart, I have a feeling that we got another one up high at bat next. And I want to give us a little bit of time before I can confidently say we're going to rip through that. I want to give us at least 3 days or something more. We can give buyers time to really stack the book. But I like what I saw today. It really does show that there is interest and in Bitcoin at a certain price. And with the psychology in the form of a candlestick like this, which is a massive green dildo, we're going to probably stimulate a lot of those average Joes who missed this run or thought they could purchase at 25,000, thought it was sitting there long enough it would go to 20. A lot of orders didn't get filled, you guys. A lot of people are going to have to modify their orders now and execute here at 27,000, $2,000 off 25. I mean, look, it's the market is a story of people chasing the best possible prices they can get for their position. And most people fail. Everyone that had orders at 25,000 with the intent to get filled and go long didn't get them. So they're going to have to reposition, create some support, build on that, rip through. I think we're going up. And I think we'll fill this next CME gap. Hopefully in the next, maybe even before the week closes. What are we on? So maybe early next week, maybe mid next week or something. That would still be fair game in my eyes. Bitcoin on the daily. Now, what's interesting is we came up just enough to get back above that 200. Well, we came up quite a bit higher, but we come back a little bit, and now we've opened sideways, and we're really dancing with the 200-day moving average. So the market seems to be getting a bit more rational. We do have an impending death cross, so this is a bit wild to me. I mean, I don't really believe. I think if you go statistical with death crosses, and you look at how many death crosses actually played out, it would be something to the effect of 50%. Close. I mean, all I'm saying is, look, death crosses, they look and sound bad. Are they actually? Probably not as bad as people think, but I'm still very interested. I love my golden crosses and I love my death crosses. Let's just say for the sake of entertainment at the very least. So I'm interested to see what happens. I've seen Bitcoin pump violently into death crosses and dump into golden crosses. So that's why I'm interested. I've seen erratic behavior in death crosses and golden crosses, whether they adhere to what should happen as a result of a death cross, let's say moving down. Does that actually happen in the case for Bitcoin? If anything, I would say it's a 50-50, but it's most certainly a show. It's like you're going to see either people get absolutely annihilated in their long positions or absolutely annihilated in the short positions. It's, I mean, going back, I don't know how far, but there's probably few in between. I've seen some beautiful things happen in these. Look at this. I mean, right after a golden cross, we dumped, golden cross shot up and came right back down. People absolutely liquidated. So yeah, I like my entertainment in the charts. Looking at silver, massive move up as well. So look, obviously, I do strongly believe in the correlation between assets like Bitcoin and silver. Two big green dildos today. I think we should get more of this side of the Bitcoin. We only got this part of it. We didn't get this whole part of the run. So I think we're delayed a bit. I think we have some ground to cover, and I'll look forward to covering that ground hopefully soon. So on that note, everyone, I'd like to say thank you so much for tuning in. I hope everyone's having a fantastic evening, and we'll be doing some more shows. This is the last week of my son's summer break, so I'm on like double dad duties over here. So I thought it was actually going to be, I thought I'd have more time. I don't. So much love to you all. Some more content to come, at least something daily for us. And I really appreciate all of you very much. All right, everyone. Take care, be strong, and love to you all. Much love, people.